everyone, welcome to Tanya Peale. Today we are going to do a backbend flow. So you think of backbending, what is it actually? It is front body stretching, back body strength, or back body working if you want to think of it that way. So we have lots of things to stretch out in the front of the body before we really get that full experience or full expression of the pose that we could have, right? We can always take a back bend whether we warm up or not, but of course it won't feel good unless we're nice, good, and warm, and then we won't have a full expression of the pose unless we can get all the parts of the body that need to open first, open, so that our back bend can be fully expressed. Right, also called a heart opener, all those sort of things. So we think of shoulders, hips are going to be your biggest points to open. Of course, there's a abdominal group that needs to do a little bit of stretching. If you're very rounded in your posture, you're going to have a lot to stretch out, right? Even through the neck, right? This motion here. We have to open. So let's go ahead and get started. We got a lot to do. All right. So we're going to start in our box pose today. And we're just going to kind of move through the body a little bit. We're going to start with a little bit of back bending, cow and cat. So when you're ready, we take an inhale for cow pose. Let the belly drop. And then exhale, cat. Here we go again. Inhale. Nice breath. Don't be in a rush. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And you can start checking in with how things feel within the body. Exhale. Let the hips come back to the feet. Open up for a fairly wide child's pose here. Balasana. So I'm going to actually open a little bit of my hip so that I just can find more space so I can get a better expression of the pose. So we'll add a little twisting here. Right arm, inhale, reach up, exhale, thread underneath. Come to center. We'll take the other side. Inhale, reach the left. Exhale, thread under. All right, inhale, come to center. Exhale, close the door. Legs come together. And then you just find yourself flat on your belly. So here we'll take a little Sphinx pose. Again, it's another back bend, as you can see. So we're going to take a combination of two poses. Right leg, I'm going to take half of a frog split. So I want you to think of a few things. Left leg being long in terms of some similar shape here poses. So I have snake on left, or Sphinx pose with an extended leg, and frog split on the right. So here I'm going to actually move more into a snake pose by letting the hands plant on the earth, squeeze the elbows together, come up, inhale. So here I get a nice stretch of the hips and the inner thigh. You can work the shoulders back and down. Make sure you're pressing the fingertips into the earth. Feel the front body stretch. And then start to tuck in, extend, right leg to the back, inhale, come through, exhale for lunge on the knee. And pushing the hips forward, going for the stretch, going to stretch out my back leg hip flexor. So these are important to stretch, especially in a back bend practice. So reaching back, helping the legs stretch in the back by just taking a bind if you can. Towel or strap works. And then inhale, release. Exhale, send the hips back to the one foot. And we're gonna take a nice forward fold, big breath, make sure the legs are forward from the hips and fold. All right, we're gonna take the pose, lunge on the knee. So shift back forward, interlace the fingers, push the palms out. And we come up, inhale up, a little back bend here if you can. Keep checking in. Exhale, hands with the front foot, back toes tucked under, release the plank, inhale, chaturanga or to the earth. Exhale, I'm gonna go to the earth, pick yourself up, inhale up. Here's your snake pose, another back bend. And exhale back to your Balasana child's pose. Okay, more things to stretch. So we did a thread the needle last time we were here. So now we're gonna do thread the needle with an extended leg to the side. So I'm gonna take my left leg first and just extend my left leg to the left. And then I'm gonna twist the opposite way. So I'm gonna take the left arm and reach underneath. Woo, that's a lot of stretch. Feels nice. And then release to the other side. Right leg nice and long, thread the other way. Right arm reach. And we come back. Pulling the leg in, we'll come up and down into our Sphinx pose again. So just inhale up, exhale down to the belly. Back onto the elbow, so just keep checking in with your spine. We want things to be getting or feeling a little bit more comfortable when you're moving into your back bend. So we're gonna add on here first before we take our frog. So here I'm actually gonna bend the leg, so this is more like a Sphinx. So here you'll feel your lower spine a little bit more. So just check in, see what it feels like. You might like more space in between the knees. That takes a lot of the pressure out of the lower spine. I'm actually gonna stay with it. It's almost like I feel like I want somebody to step on my lower back, on my hips. I feel like I need a little adjustment there. All right, we release. We'll add on our frog split on the left side. Okay, so again, we check in with what we're doing. We're starting to combine poses together just to find different sensations and open more things. So from here, we plant the hands and we pick ourselves up. Inhale up. Shoulders are back and down. Everything feels a little bit more open. Ooh, that feels good on this side. All right, start to tuck in, extend the left leg to the back, inhale, reach, come through, and plant the foot, pushing the hips forward. So adding the tail and the back. Then catching the foot, pulling in. Very important stretch, the hip flexors. A little extra on this side. Right side, I'm right-handed, so I have a stronger quad there. Inhale, release. Exhale, extend. So we sit back on the foot. Try to make sure that your two legs are forward from the hips. Take breath and fold. All right, let's take lunge on the knee. We shift back forward. Bend, push, interlace the fingers. Pushing away. We got some nice cracks and pops there. And up, inhale. Back bend. Exhale, hands with the front foot, tuck the back toes, plank from here. Inhale, chaturanga or to the earth. Take chaturanga this time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. First downward facing dog. Okay. So still working towards a back bending shape and opening up those places that need to be open for us to find nice, comfortable, safe back bends. So first one, I'm going to open up my downward facing dog and take my feet the width of the mat and then also push back into the legs. So I'm trying to keep extended out of the arms and stretch out my shoulders here. So I'm letting my chest draw back to the legs, hips are rotating up, pulling the belly in. I feel lots of stretch in the shoulders. Try to hold on if you can for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale forward to plank, exhale, take this down all the way to the belly. So I'm going to keep the space in between my feet, this wide spacing back here. Wide-footed or legged snake. Inhale, come up. Tuck the chin, tuck the toes, and we're back to a wide-legged downward facing dog. Going for the stretch again, same one we just did. Feet are still apart. I'm trying to keep my elbows straight. Let the stretch come from the shoulders. Be mindful. Stay 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, plank. Exhale down to the belly, keeping the space in between the feet. Inhale, rise up. Again, it's another back bend. You should feel these getting much better. Tuck the chin and tuck the toes. Now I'm going to bring my feet all the way together. Take 3-legged dog on the right side. Inhale, reach the right leg up, bend the knees, stack the hips. So pushing back towards the leg goes for more space. Also going to take my left elbow down and work stretching the left shoulder. So push back, my torso back into the left leg. Hold here. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, straighten out. 3-legged dog. Exhale, come through for full lunge this time. So bend into the front knee. Keep your back leg long. Long tail in the back. So feel like a strong dragon here. So again, interlace the fingers if you liked it. Come up, inhale. Back bend. Exhale, hands. Split the front foot. So from here, I'm going to take a little bit of a flip. Front leg drop back. Let the hips come all the way down. So front leg is the right leg. So I have my left leg long, right leg is bent, foot flat. So here I'm going to take a version of Wild Thing. I just like to keep my Wild Thing foot flat to the earth because I get to push up with a strong glutes, position of strength, right? High up onto the ball of the foot. I don't get a full feeling that I'm coming from a full place of strength, right? All that I could. So from here, rise up, inhale. And really try to open up and expand the rib cage. Really feel the front of the body stretching. All right. And we let the hips come all the way back down. Plank pose, right knee into the belly. Inhale, come in. Exhale, forward with our leg. So here, I'm moving into a pigeon. So foot is forward to the left hand or wrist, and the knee is forward to the right wrist. And then I'm trying to square my hips nice and tall in the spine. So I have a back bend spine here, as you can see. Expanding the rib cage. Maybe taking the hands back to my mat. Drawing in a little bit more into the stretch of my hips on the left. The glute, I'm not feeling much stretch, a little. But in this side, my glutes are fairly open. And then take fold. Take this down and fold and rest the arms. We're just holding. It's a wonderful stretch. 3, 2, and 1. Plant the hands, pick up the spine, inhale. Since I'm here, I'm going to take advantage of the stretch. Catching my tail, exhale, catch. Pull in. Woo! That's a stretch. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. We release, tuck from here, tucking our left knee behind our left ankle. So just bring it all the way up. So my right leg, I didn't change much except for my hips came up taller. So this is actually a modified horse with the legs. Not necessarily going to take the arms for the horse. I'm just working the back bend portion. So this is actually quite a good stretch for front of the hips. Hey, as you can see me going forward when you move into the back bend part. So nice and tall. Let the hips move forward and drop back into your back bend here. So if you want to catch the earth to support yourself in the back bend, if you can, or just simply hang out in space. Take a hanging back bend, you can go there. Lots of stretch. Keep lengthening out of the lower spine for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, draw up. Exhale, hands down. Left leg extend back. Plank, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog or high cobra. Shoulders back. Get out of your traps, out of the neck. Tuck the chin. Tuck the toes. And back to a downward facing dog. Okay, so to start everything off last time, we did a stretch of the shoulders with the legs wide. So now we're going to move into dolphin. Taking the elbows down. Push your chest back into the legs. If you need to open up the feet a little bit more, go right ahead. Oh, I feel my right shoulder. So you're trying not to let the hands come together. Try to keep them from the elbows parallel forward on your mat. Push back. Hold this stretch. Woo. For 4, 3, 2, 1. From here up to plank. Press into the earth with the hands. Shift forward. Inhale. Chaturanga or to the earth. Exhale. Rise up, cobra or upward facing dog. This time I'm going to take a cobra. Remember to move out of your shoulders or out of the traps. Nice back bend there. Tuck the chin. Tuck the toes. And we're back here again. So back to another dolphin stretch. Elbows down. Push the weight back into the legs. Stretch out the shoulders. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press the hands into the earth to come up. Inhale up. Exhale. Chaturanga. Rise up. Shoulders back. Tuck the chin. And tuck the toes. So feet together here. Left leg, 3-legged dog. So inhale, you reach the left leg up. Bend the knees, stack the hips. So pushing the weight back into the leg, also adding the right elbow. Stretch to the shoulder again with a little bit of a back bend. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Extend long. Inhale to lunge. Full lunge. Hips pressing down. Belly's in. So we take our pose, interlace the fingers. Up, try to find back bend. Inhale up. And split the front foot. So here we take a little flip. So the front leg, pick up and drop behind. So we're coming into our wild thing variation. Again, I like the foot flat. I just feel like I can connect to more muscles, more of my glutes, which is important. So from here, let's find the back bend, see what it feels like. Inhale up. Reach, 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 expand. Reach. And hips down. All right, plank pose, left knee into the belly. Inhale over, left knee in. So here's our half pigeon again. We let the foot come down on the right, knee down on the left, and slide back. Every side is different. For this side, I feel glute stretch already. My left side, not as open. All right, so from here, I try to bring myself up for a little bit of a back bend. I'm gonna kind of help this side out a little bit by pushing my hips a little forward. That strong hip flexor wanting to open up my hip or externally rotate. Little dysfunction there. All right, if you're ready to maybe reach back, take a little back bend here in your half pigeon, go right ahead. And fold. Releasing the arms. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant the hands. Pick up the spine, inhale, taking advantage of the extra stretch here of the tail, bending my tail, pressing in. Woo! All right. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. We release. So from here we have the right knee tucking behind the left foot. Hopefully I said the opposite on the other side. Now I'm wondering if I said same side. Well, you know what I mean. Hopefully. All right, so we're moving into a variation of horse. So this is the variation of horse with the legs. Horse, this left leg would be in a half lotus, just like on the other side, the right leg in front would have been a half lotus. So we're trying to tuck the hips under, belong out of the front body. So this is a nice front body stretch, which is of course a back bend. So many ways to move here. You can leave it hanging, make sure there's no compression in the lower spine. Lift and lengthen. Nice breath. You can stay and hang or catch the earth, whatever is comfortable for you. I'm going to try and hang again. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in the front. Release your tail. Inhale out, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Rise up, inhale. Remember, get out of your trap, shoulders back. To child's pose. Exhale. Okay. So we're going to come down to the earth for a moment and take some lying twist. And then we're going to come back up. So we come all the way down with knees into the belly. So here, when we're pulling the knees into the belly, this is more of a cat shape, right? It's more of a rounded spine, as opposed to arching, which is a cow shape or a back bend. So here we're gonna let the knees fall over to the right. And I'm just going to help my twist by allowing my right hand to press on the right knee, working the left shoulder down to the earth. Okay, so a few things we're going to do here before we make our way back up. So I'm going to go deeper into this twist. So I'm going to move my bottom leg, my right leg, out of the way. You can make it long and straight or just a little bit out of the way, still bent. It's still working left knee down to the earth. So I feel like I have a lot of length already in my front body and in my spine. I'm going to go for more of a chest and shoulder stretch, right side. So left arm, come over to meet the right, pick yourself up, right hand behind you. So I've threaded the arm behind me. So here I'm going to take heart opener, back bend. So I'm stretching the shoulder, dropping my head back. Try to have the inside of the elbow on the extended arm, the right arm, or somewhere, some happy medium, not so much rolling to the outside of the bicep. Trying to move towards the epicondyle, right? That bone in there on the inside. Oh, it's a good stretch too. Oh, lots of good stretches today. Oh, I can stay here a little bit more. And release. Let's twist on the other side. So first, knees into the belly, just kind of reset. And then we let both knees fall to the left. So same thing, I'm going to let my left arm just kind of help the right knee, or the knees close, which is just giving me lots of length out of my right side body. Just a little bit more. I already feel pretty good, pretty open right now. I've done all the right things so far to kind of make me feel longer, make my back bends feel good, right? All the little ones and the few big ones that we've taken. All right, deeper into this twist, moving my bottom leg, which is the left, out of the way, and then again helping the right knee come down. I'm just stay with your breath. So taking that same chest and shoulder opener, but left side this time. So right arm comes over to the left. Pick yourself up, left arm reaches behind. And then here we open for the same stretch. So it's a back bend stretch, a heart opener stretch, also stretching out the chest and the shoulder on the left side. Drop the head back if you can. Oh, it's such a wonderful stretch. Just breathe, stay here. Today is a good day for back bends. Oh, I got a lot more space happening in this left side shoulder. So again, an awareness moment. When we find these awareness moments, we don't move into the emotional mind, we just observe, right? No judgment. All right, knees back into the belly. So here, we're gonna check in with a little bit of a bridge pose. So let the feet come down. So I'm gonna keep my feet just in line with my hips. So not like too wide in this moment, just in line with my hips. Pushing the hips up. So I'm leaving my feet parallel for right now. I'm just kind of checking in with my hip flexors and hips. Maybe I'm going to bring some hands underneath here just to push up a little bit higher. And then soften down. So before we move into our ending of a wheel. I'm gonna come up and take a camel. So that was the coming up part. So first a little knees into the belly for just in case. And then rock yourself up onto your knees when you're ready. Okay. So have my knees about the width of my hips. So first variation of camel, Ustrasana, is I'm going to take a one side. So you can always tuck the toes under if you need to. I feel very open, so I'm going to leave the tops of the foots. Reach back, right hand to right heel, hips forward. No compression in the lower spine. Keep lengthening out. Rib cage expansion. Extend to the back. So here I feel a lot of back bend room, right? So I'm just going to go for the hips a little bit more forward. And lengthening out of the spine. Inhale, come up, little pause. Maybe tuck under a little bit here, a little bit of cat spine. And then back again, ready to go for left side. So reach left hand, palm to the heel. Hips are pushing forward. Remember, length in the lower spine. Rib cage expansion. Reach behind you with the right arm. Drop the head back. Always lengthening. Don't just hang out in the pose. Always finding length. And we come up. Sitting down for a moment. Tucking under. Chin into the chest. Okay, so full camel has opportunity to go wherever deeper you can possibly go, right? So we've stretched out a lot of shoulders, which is helpful if you're going to move into a couple asana from here, pigeon. So we come up to our knees first, taking the full pose. So taking both hands to the heels, dropping back, checking in with chest and shoulder, front body, spine, hips, always lengthening. So here I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to move my hands towards my calves and behind my knees. And then from here I can take my hands to the front of my thighs. So I notice my lower back is wanting to give in a little bit. Just a little bit more awareness there, and head down. Planting the hands for second version of Kapalakasana. And then resting all the way flat. So it still keeps me in a back bend, but I also get stretch of my hips. So think of this as a reclining Vajrasana hero's pose. So notice what you feel, no judgment. All right. Time for a counter pose or a nice rounded spine. Balasana. Inhale, come up. Right there. Tuck in. And release. And just rock a little bit side to side. Stay here for 6, 5, 4, 3, nice breath, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up, down to the spine. Exhale. Hug at the knees for maybe a little bit more if you feel like it. Or if you want a little bit more tucking under of the pelvis, you can move into a bit of the baby, which is bent legs, catching the feet, pressing the knees towards the earth. You can massage the lower back, rocking side to side. All right, so our last pose today is going to be the full wheel or just simply another bridge. You choose it. All right. So, bringing the feet down to the earth, I'm going to open up a little bit more. So I'm a little bit on the outside of my hips with my feet. I'm going to let my toes just point a little bit on the diagonals, just to give my lower spine a little room, extra room. I feel like today maybe I need a little extra room. So, bridge is hips up again. You can interlace the fingers, bring the shoulder blades closer together, press the feet into the earth, come up nice and high. If you're going in for your wheel, drop back down. Tuck under the hands on the earth, get to the top of the head. Keep the elbows forward. Move your hair out of the way. It's going to hurt on the way up. And press into the earth and come up. So feel your rib cage expanding, extending out of the spine, of course. So make sure you're extending out of the lower spine. Move more weight into the hands and not the feet. Breathe, hold, 3, 2, and 1. Back down, knees in to the belly. All right, we completed our back bend practice today. Felt fantastic. I feel like I had a little bit more to do in my wheel pose. I could have dropped down to the elbows. But sometimes we wait for that for our next back bend practice. Although it would have been fun, I'm sure. Anyway, come into a comfortable sit, or you can just move into some more twisting, up to you. I always thank you for joining me. I hope all of these practices serve you in some way. Please like and subscribe and comment and let me know what it is that you'd like to see in some upcoming videos. I'm more than welcome to oblige or to offer you what you're looking for. As a teacher, it serves me to know what all the yogis or all my students would like to see when they come and practice with me. Until next time, enjoy every moment. All my love. Namaste.